Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2 Early Access. We were taking a first look last time, and we will check back in, continuing where we left off. We did a couple of runs. Our first one, of course, was quite short, but our second one, we actually made it to and past the first boss fight. We went down in this direction, we went out, but we've not yet gone up. So I think we'll test that out this time.
Blasted wards.
Oh, unless we are not allowed to. So that's interesting. Apparently, we need to do something to unlock access to that area. So that is a bit of a goal for us to consider going forward. But I suppose we will continue going this way then.
Flame sigil.
Okay. So of course, we learned a little bit about what to expect, but I imagine there are still many things we've yet to see.
Never got involved. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
So this looked a fair bit like one of the sigils from the original Hades game. I thought this was going to be Ares, but you say Goddess of Fire. Hold on. That sounds like Hestia.
Come to help the elderly. Oh, what a good girl you are. And here I was, just about to burn this whole blasted place to the ground myself. Now, here's a little warm-up for ya.
So she was not in Hades 1, so good to see that she has been added in Hades 2. That, I suppose, means she was one of the most prominent goddesses that we did not see. Okay, so let's see what our options are here. So we can have our specials inflict Scorch. What is that? Afflicted foes take 40 damage accrued from this every 1 second. That sounds like a lot. Wait. Okay, but the Scorch damage says 15 to the left and says 40 to the right. I'm a little confused as to what the number actually is. Smolder Ring. Your casts repeatedly inflict Scorch on foes. Okay, once again, the numbers don't really line up, so I don't know which one I'm supposed to believe. Hearth Gain. Rapidly restore magic, but have less health. Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think we go... We have to choose either specials or casts, basically, in that case. I guess we'll go... Pass? Not really sure. Last time we had some pretty amazing attacks of the freezing variety. That was close. That was a very short encounter, though. And what is this? Restore magic. Okay, well, we don't really need that at the moment. We didn't spend any.
Near all of the near-endless pathways and suffocating Erebus lead to dead ends, and very scarce are those who can navigate them.
Okay.
Took only my entire life to figure out.
Interesting. Okay, so, I mean, we can press the button. It's not really going to do anything, but we'll press it anyway. What do we have next? I pressed the wrong button. That was that. Fortunately, we didn't get ourselves into too much trouble. These guys are nasty if we let them start attacking. Fortunately, with no armor, we can pretty much just go after these guys, not have to worry about any stun locks, or rather, not to worry about them attacking us, because we can stun lock them. More or less. Okay, we saw one of these plants that we picked up last time.
Into the purse.
And it was a crafting material, functionally. Okay, don't recognize that icon, although I imagine that's probably Apollo, because it looks like a sun. Otherwise, we go for health. And of course, I should mention, we saw a lot of things in our first go-around last time. But there's still, I'm sure, many, many things that we've yet to see. And many layers of gameplay that we did not, or that existed in Hades 1 that we've yet to see if there's an equivalent in Hades 2. And those were some of the things that helped really increase the replay value, especially once you got to quote-unquote end game or close to it. So I think we go for this one. I will continue to press the dash button instead of the button that sends us through. Oh, have we seen these before? Yes, we have. Okay. For a second, those things look like worms. Or snakes. Okay, so we can use the terrain like this to deal extra damage to them. On occasion, at least. when the circumstances allow. Okay. See, at the moment, we can basically just get by with our basic attack. It is Apollo.
Sunshine. The Titan thinks he has us pinned, but we have the situation here under control. Just locked in a bit of a stalemate is all.
I do like that he refers to us as Sunshine. I hope he does that going forward. That's so fitting. Okay, so we can increase the power of our attack, and in a larger area. Okay, maybe not quite the crowd control we had in our previous go-round with the freezing effect, but larger AoE, at least against enemies that don't have armor and therefore can't resist stuns, could still be solid. Specials deal more damage in a larger area. Okay, so it seems like in general, Apollo's thing is large area of effect. After you take damage, your foes take damage, and you inflict daze on all foes. We probably saw this before, but remind me, afflicted foes have 20% chance to deal no damage. After you take damage? Okay, so it's kind of a way to reduce the chances of you getting hit multiple times in a row, if things are going horribly wrong. Well, I think maybe we keep it simple for the time being. As I said, we were, by and large, able to just get away with a basic attack, so might as well improve that here. Okay, so these two things are quite similar, if I remember correctly. Basically, you unlock things that you... This is Ash, and you can use it to unlock access to certain things, certain upgrades, and then you can use this Psyche, if I remember correctly, to activate certain things that you have unlocked here. So, I don't know, let's go with this. They're very closely related in that way. Okay, so you're bigger, but slow. And theoretically, our area of effect is bigger, and we have a little bit more damage. So a little bit hard to tell when we only have... Ooh, face one enemy. Okay, so you have armor. That is the first armored enemy we have faced. So we can't stun you until we get rid of that yellowish armor bar. Now we've taken you out. Likewise here, though. Okay, so this is where maybe we do this. Try to work in a little bit more of our other abilities since we're starting to face slightly more complex opponents. Where previously we got away with just the basic attack. Now we have to spice it up a little bit.
Ash of the Dead.
A little bit of this stuff. Oh, and we also found, at the end of our previous run, we were able to get a pickaxe, which theoretically we can use to mine some resources, although I don't really know what they look like. And I bring this up because I see this,
I can't.
which would be a fishing location if we had a fishing rod, but we don't yet have that. Okay, so we can get more boons with Poseidon there, or more coinage. I think we go for the boons. This early on, I think that'll be helpful. We did take a little bit of damage in that previous room, although we get a little bit of health restoration in between rooms. Apparently enough. Get back to full here. Okay, so I just want to be mindful of, if we see anyone with an orange life bar, it kind of fundamentally changes the approach that we want to take. And that is what we get here. Not really sure we've made much of a point of doing it, but theoretically there may be combos if we combine a dash with an attack. Don't really want to do when you're about to shoot us, but that is certainly one way to increase the pace
Foes eliminated.
of our gameplay, and that is one thing that we definitely saw in the previous run, was we did successfully defeat the first boss, but it took us an eternity.
Our last best hope for stopping Kronos was the second-born of Hades and his queen, I said. Wait, ooh, so then they had a girl. The Titan must have struck your father's house right after you were born.
Okay, checking back on Poseidon. We saw... Yeah, we had the option of taking this last time. We get the knockback and some damage from our sprint. It's actually a lot of damage, but it does take away our magic, which made me reluctant to do it last time. What are our alternatives? After you strike foes with your weapon, a spirit bubble may appear. What is that? Restores magic when you touch it, expires when used, or after 30 seconds. Okay, well, we haven't really had to do much magic stuff yet, although would be nice long term. Alternatively, after you enter a location... Oh, we saw this last time. And it was hard to say exactly how useful it was, but basically you have the pro-magic build or the anti-magic build. Sacrifice maximum magic in favor of getting a little bit of damage reduction. I mean, it was kind of useful. Might opt for it here. I know we've taken it before, so maybe we'll try to be more mindful of trying out new things. Their next option here. Speaking of new things, I have no idea what that is. We've seen this before. But let's experiment here. What is this? What? Oh, is this a spider of some variety? I think so.
Again.
Huh?
Oh, little fly, come sit and rest your wings. Oh!
Oh. There. She, they, it is. I liked how the audio changed the closer or further away we were from them. So yeah, they've quite the nest here. Let's see what this is all about.
What are you doing here? Besides trapping all over my webs, that is. Oh, it's nothing, silly. I can always make more perfectly good silk. I can't always see you.
Okay, I will... Wait. Arachne? Oh, wait, no, not Ariadne. Silkweaver. I don't know if I've heard of this person before. This creature before.
Hi, Arachne. Sorry about all this. I think we'll soon be seeing more of one another now. My task has begun.
Truly. Why then, I'll get out of your hair. You have to go. But first, you have to try on one of these. And don't worry about any wear and tear. I've plenty more in stock.
Okay. What is this? Silken fineries. Supple garments, dyes, and fabrics rivaling those of the gods themselves. Oh, she's quite the tailor. Lavender dress. Don a plus 30 something outfit that makes you channel 40% faster. A specific look and bonus that lasts until your armor is depleted from taking damage. Okay. And is it permanently gone once we take that amount of damage? Channel is basically whenever we hold one of our attacks, and that's what costs magic. Emerald dress. Okay, so I assume the number, the plus 30, plus 50, plus 40, that's how much damage we can take before this effect wears off. So in this case, with the emerald dress, makes you restore 2 health whenever you exit a location. I do kind of like the health restoration. Feel like when we're still new and taking a lot of damage, that's probably not a bad idea. Okay. Otherwise, Azure Dress makes you restore magic every second. I mean, it means you can be a lot more aggressive with the magic, but I think we go for the Emerald Dress here. It's probably the most simple, straightforward.
Do you like it?
But
This is beautiful, thank you.
kind of trying to
It matches your
do that
eye.
deliberately. Because we're still new. But yeah, our clothing actually did change colors there. So that's a neat touch. I mean, they didn't have to do that. But I don't think any... I mean, outside of changing your weapon in Hades 1, I don't really think there was anything that changed the aesthetics of your character. Okay. And this reminds me of, again, we're making a lot of comparisons, or at least we have made a lot of comparisons to Hades 1. And this reminds me of the Sisyphus encounters, the Patroclus, so on and so forth. Those types of encounters where you have these friendly NPCs that you occasionally come across and give you a boost on your runs. So, I like that. We can either go for... This looks like a mini-boss for Apollo, or a shop. We only have 81 gold. That's not that much. I think we go here. And we take our chances on the mini-boss. We saw one in our previous runs.
To your success.
See if it's the same one or if it's a different one.
This one again.
It is the same one. Okay. She does have a... Ooh! Relatively quick attack. So we need to be... Oh, she stunned me. I don't think she actually dealt damage, but she did stun me. That's interesting. I think it might be the little tail thing. Or no, it has to be that circle, right? Can we actually dash through her? We can. Oh well, took a little bit of damage in the process. And now we can stun her since her armor is gone, and at this point, very straightforward. Basically spam the attack button and we're done.
Oh, what's another glade?
That was interesting. We learned a little bit more about that encounter, because certainly the straightforward thing is run around in a circle to dodge the big attack, but dashing through seems like that gives you a lot more potential to deal damage and take that boss out, mini-boss, out more quickly.
Hear me on my authority.
Okay, so yes, this does seem like a thing where we noticed this last time. After fighting the mini-boss, we had higher rarity on our boons, so this time we can replace our cast boon with a new one, getting rid of Hestia's and replacing it with Apollo's after your charged up cast expires. Rapidly deal damage in an area for 2 seconds. So again, area of effect. I mean, we do miss out on, or we have to sacrifice one of our boons to get this one, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Your sprint is faster and inflicts daze on nearby foes, giving them a chance to deal no damage. That seems like a very good combination. Giving us the extra speed for more elusiveness, defensiveness, and the daze, even more defensive potential there. Your casts expand in size until they expire. I think we go for this. I like that.
Adequate.
In theory. Oh, that's a lot faster. That's a lot faster. Okay, I kind of need to remember that even when we're not dashing, we can just hold the sprint button down indefinitely. We are very fast. Especially now.
Silk cocoons.
Oh. Okay. Maybe she's not
Arachne?
quite as much of a friendly NPC as I might have hoped. I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing that we destroyed that for a second. Some of them have good things. Other ones
For it.
have enemies. Oh, is it sort of like a bonus area where we can decide how many of these things we want to destroy? And each time we're taking the risk of potentially releasing an enemy or potentially getting some good loots. These bigger ones, presumably, are going to be higher risk, higher reward. Yeah, it's boss enemies. Or, well, mini-boss enemies with the armor. I should have dodged out of that. Take advantage of that new sprint a little bit more. Same time, don't get too carried away with it either. Okay, we also get a little bit of additional monies every time we take out an enemy, so seems as though we could have just skipped all that stuff if we really wanted to. What was that? I saw it before, but I'm not sure if that actually means anything. That little guy is there. Okay, so we can either increase our maximum HP, or we can take one of these, which you will recognize if you've played Hades 1. We have not yet taken it in Hades 2, so I do think we'll probably go that route. Although what I am noticing is that we talked about how the new clothing, armor, whatever you want to call it, gets removed after we take a certain amount of damage. We are not taking damage to our health. We are only taking damage from our armor, our clothing, so it is functionally an additional health bar of sorts, kind of like the enemies that have that additional yellow health bar from their armor. So we'll take this. Ooh, I don't like you. I don't like you. Oh, okay. I got a little overzealous there. I saw that you weren't moving initially when you were doing your screamy attack, and I thought, oh, okay, well, surely that means it's safe to move in. It was not. Spoiler alert. It was not. Okay, and it also was not there. It's a little too quick. I do not like these enemies. So they seem to not move at the beginning
Pathetic.
of their scream, but then they do afterward. Make it a little hard to get a read on them. Ooh, but there are a lot of enemies now. Go away. No, I don't want to be anywhere near you. Okay, well, speaking of which, it's a good opportunity for us to use our sprint. Although I did totally just give you the opportunity to do that when we could have just taken you out altogether.
Good.
Okay. So what is this? If you have not played Hades 1, then you may not know. It is a dataless hammer. No mere weaponsmith can hone the nocturnal arms? Oh, I suppose that's the term we use to describe our weapons. Only one of talent to surpass the gods. Okay, so these are not boons, although they're kind of similar to that in that they are bonuses that are specific to this run. They affect our specific weapon that we are using. So we can have a vampiric cataclysm. After you slay a foe with a charged attack, you restore 5 health. That's a nifty trick to have up our sleeve. Well, it does cost magic to use those attacks, so basically means you're trading magic for health, but that could still be useful. Your charged special gains a power shot that deals plus 20% damage and restores some magic so that you can use it more regularly. Or double wallop. Oh. I mean, we have to.
Imbued with greater strength.
Ooh, okay. I feel good about that one. I mean, the leeching option also sounded very interesting. Don't get me wrong. But I think this could be very effective for us. Okay, so we know this is Ash. We saw this in our previous run, but we did not finish the room in which it was the reward. We died on that room. I think we later learned that it was supposedly bones. Let's try it out. Maybe we can actually get some this time. Whoa, there's a lot of enemies. But, whoa, our attack now deals a ridiculous amount of damage. I feel like this could be a very big acquisition for us. Especially when there are multiple enemies like that. They're right next to each other. We can just annihilate them.
Always need bones, just not precisely now.
Sure, definitely. Always need bones. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, so it looks like all we can do is go through the pomegranate room, which we were talking about last time, though I don't actually think we went into one. Okay, maybe keep our distance a little bit. Now you're armorless, so which means if we hit first, we would have been safe. Hear them spawning? I don't see them. Well, besides, right there. Oh, he can turn around more quickly than I expected him to be able to. But there's still more. Wow. Little guys. Oh, and no, big guys too. Big guys too. Oh, let's do this. Ranged attack. You can just deplete your armor. Suddenly you become a lot easier to deal with. Like right now. And we get these guys.
A palm of power.
Oh, hold on. I did notice this.
Always use more.
Make sure we don't miss that. I can imagine that can definitely happen. Don't know if it's possible for anything to spawn in those areas, but let's take the palm. So what this does, as we alluded to in our previous go-through, was that we can upgrade the level of one of our abilities. We get the choice between 3. We might have slightly more than 3, so we basically can increase the effectiveness, one of our abilities, and given how we've upgraded our attack, I'm thinking it's probably this. I don't think we need any more movement speed. We already are ridiculously fast. I just need to use it more often. But
These still grow in the underworld.
we are not able to upgrade that hammer power-up that we got. That will remain as it currently stands. But there's definitely a synergy there. The double wallop with better attack power. Okay, so we can either improve our maximum magic. It kind of feels unnecessary right now. We have a decent amount of coins, so I think the shop isn't a bad idea. There's a chance this is the last area before the boss fight? Hold on.
It's Charon.
Yes, it is. Based on that icon right there, we know that it is. So we've made it pretty far thus far.
Yes, my lord. I met Apollo, Grandmother, Uncle Poseidon. I've known Artemis and Hermes for so long. I'm impressed they kept my secret from the others all this time.
Interestingly, I don't think we've encountered either Artemis or Hermes yet. They are characters from the original Hades, but I don't know. Presumably they're in Hades 2 as well. Okay, so we have 184, which means we can afford a boon, or both these guys. I think we go for the boon. I think we go for what is the most interesting option.
And still plying his trade even during a downturn such as this. I trust his prices have gotten better at least. Or perhaps worse.
Okay. For Apollo. Oh, this is our first epic boon. So our highest rarity has a pretty big multiplier there. Your specials deal more damage in a larger area. Let's see, is that the one that I've been... haven't been using this as much. I've been using the cast more often than the special. So I kind of wish these were reversed. This was the rare one, or the epic one. While standing in your casts, gradually restore your magic. I mean, for the most part, I'm kind of doing a hidden run with the cast, so I'm not really sure I'm all that keen on that. After you take damage, your foes take damage. Oh, right, we saw this. This does kind of synergize well with our other defensive stuffs we have going. Although, alright, I mean, it's epic. We should probably take it nonetheless. Okay, so we know, or at least I think we know what to expect on the other side of this door. Likely Hecate, and it took us a whole lot of time to take her out last time. Hopefully with our build, we have a little bit more damage this time round, and maybe we've learned enough that we can get a little bit more aggressive and just attack more often, deal more damage that way. Either that or she's just ridiculously tanky, and it's going to take us forever no matter what. Let's see.
I can do this.
Or maybe it's someone else.
Greetings, witch.
No, it's Hecate.
You surpassed me before, yet I wonder. Was it your mastery over our craft? Or did the fates themselves perhaps provide a little nudge?
So this is a good example of how the dialogue in Hades, and now Hades 2 we are seeing, will change depending on what the outcome of your previous run was, what you've done in the current run, so on and so forth, because this is a direct reference to how we beat her last time we saw her.
Come, headmistress. If I could be provoked that easily, I'd stand no chance at all. Not even if the fates desired otherwise.
Good fortune seldom comes to those in no position to receive it. Show me your victory was no mere accident.
Well, it might have been, because we survived with a sliver of help last time. But we'll see. See how we do this time. Okay, so we saw these guys. You just have to stay out of the way. Not phasing. Okay, then you usually had one other attack after that. No, that's the double combo. Okay. We can also use that to maneuver more quickly. Okay, but don't maneuver into the enemies. Okay, careful. It does feel like we are dealing damage more quickly than we did last time. We know she has multiple phases, though. Ooh, okay, hold on. So those three forms will turn around. I was expecting another. Oh well. So expecting another attack, but now this is the other phase. Okay, this is where we have to take out some of her friends. They are comparatively fairly easy, though. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, nope, don't stand there. Okay, these are the different types of projectiles we have to dodge. Just a little bit of a bullet hell. Okay, got stuck in a corner there. That was not a good move. Okay, just gonna attack again. There we go. We are definitely dealing damage way faster than we did last time. That's in part our build, and that's in part just that I'm definitely being more aggressive. Might have been a little quick to get into attacking range there. Okay, but already on to the next phase. I remember that turned us into a sheep last time. What? How do we avoid it? Did we attack it? I didn't attack it this time. I did a decent job trying to escape it, I feel like. There we go. Okay. That is hilarious. It really got me the first time. When we saw it in our previous run. But this time, the shock factor wasn't quite there. Okay, was that the last one? Thought it was. Yes. Okay. I think this phase was considerably more difficult, or at least had considerably less uptime for us to attack, if I remember correctly. Functionally making it more difficult. That might have missed. Or not. She only attacks once. Okay, this is where there are 3 here. We can technically figure out which one is the real one, although I didn't get a close enough look to see. But we still sort of dodged out of that? Okay, way faster. We got hit way less.
Impressive show of force. Hold nothing back as you continue on.
So some of that may have to do with, again, we got some really good buffs this time round, but maybe we learned a little bit from the last time.
Return to shadow now.
Victory. Good find.
We get that. Just take a quick second, make sure there isn't anything else around here we're missing. Run so fast, I can barely tell, but I think we're good. Proceed. Which means we're going down to the next floor.
A word, if you please.
What? Oh. Okay, don't know who that is. Don't have any health to restore. Who is this? Very shady figure.
Pray, who might you be, my girl? And what compelled you to wander in and out of Erebus?
Amazing voice. Also definitely Logan Cunningham, but nonetheless still fantastic. Who are
I'm
you?
not your girl, old man. My name and business are not your concern.
Apparently, Melanaway does not know who this is either.
So it seems. You appear to be quite pressed for time. Forgive this old man his transgressions.
I mean, this is definitely someone very powerful.
Couldn't have been.
Kronos? Is he trash-talking us or spying on us? On our way over to him? I don't know. Hard to tell from the design, because there was very little to it.
The Room of Oceanus.
Okay. So Oh.
Her again.
Oh no. So we went here last time, and we lasted for only a room or two. We did get a debuff from this character right here, so I'm wondering if that's going to be a recurring theme.
Out of my way, Eris. I won't be wasting any further breath on you while you perpetuate this nonsense.
You never understood me, Trouble. Fine, you don't have to. Just remember that I'm doing this for your own good. And actually, mine too.
How so?
Oopsie!
No!
Oh, great.
What'd she do this time? Foes deal more damage. This grows each encounter. So we did not last long enough to figure out if this ever goes away or evolves into something beneficial. But I am curious, because it does remind me of the effects of the Chaos Boons from
dead ends. One way through.
the original Hades. Yeah, it does seem as though that's our only option. But we're doing much better from a health standpoint relative to our previous run. I was not expecting the enemies to be right on top of us at the very beginning. But here you see the effectiveness of our just basic attack. Very good for stun locking, very good for pure damage. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade it. I would love to do that. Although we could upgrade our attack itself. I meant we can't upgrade the thing that is giving us the double attacks. So, and this is only 5% increased damage. I think it was an additional 10 last time, so you'll notice as we continue to increase the levels of the same boon, we get some diminishing returns, which is sort of a way to encourage us to branch out a little bit, although if this is really a central component to our build, and in many ways it is, then it might still be worth taking this. Specials deal more damage in a larger area. We get even more damage on it. For your casts, repeatedly inflict Scorch, and the Scorch damage goes up. I mean, the numbers do increase by more for these other two options, but this is far and away the thing that we're relying on
Never get enough of those.
more than anything else. So I think we take that. We can increase the magic, which we really have not used much of right now, or we can get the coins. I think we go coins. Don't know when we'll next run into a shop, but I think it's still worth a try. Okay, have we seen these guys before? I don't know. I'm guessing they charge at us very quickly and are moderately terrifying when they do so. I do remember this guy explodes, so don't stand there. But at least against the little guys, I think our setup is very strong. And I'm kind of in a place where, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stick with what we have going until feel the need to change.
Lord Charon will want this.
And this looks different from the other types of plants we had uncovered thus far. So that could prove very useful. Oh, what is... Huh? Unseal? I mean, that's where we came from. And this is... usually, at least in the original Hades, you would start off in one corner of the room, and then in the far corner, you'd go somewhere else. So the fact that the exit is right by the entrance is kind of throwing me off here, but that does seem to be where we're supposed to go. It's either here for, that looks like Hestia. Have to make sure. Hestia versus Apollo. They have kind of similar icons. But I don't know what this is all about. Is that quite literally to go back into the previous room? I mean, I'm curious. Maybe we try it.
Open up.
Oh. Oh, it gives us stronger enemies in the same room. It's like an optional challenge of sorts. Now your armor's gone. Presumably this is not going to be the only wave. Except it was. Okay, so what do we benefit from? Oh, I see. So now we have a choice. Previously, we could only choose that one. Now, if we want to, we can also go the coin route. We did get, I assume, a little bit of coins from defeating those extra enemies. I mean, we already have a decent number of coins, so I don't really want this, especially when we don't know when the next shop is going to appear, so I think we take this anyway. But good to at least learn what that mechanic does. Okay, lots of little guys. Assuming that we want to take them out quickly before they get the chance to charge at us. We can make pretty quick work of them. Just of course, famous last words. I don't think we've seen these guys before.
No, you don't.
Ooh, I should have dashed. And that is a trap that I don't think we had seen before either. Okay, so we saw a few things for the first time there. I love that music. The humming is fantastic. It is Ashley Barrett. I know I was second-guessing myself for a little bit last time around.
Olympus, I accept this message.
She's amazing. Okay, so Hestia, and we can rapidly restore magic, but lose maximum health. We saw this before. We opted not to take it. Your Scorch effects deal bonus damage to armor, which is, again, that extra life bar that some enemies have, the orangish yellow life bar. But I don't remember what we have that has Scorch. I think it's our cast, which, I mean, yeah, there's something to be said for powering that up a little bit more. Your special also launches a fiery projectile, but uses magic. I like spamming the projectile very quickly, and we would burn through that mana very quickly, so I think we do take the Scorch upgrade here.
Flame of the hearth.
So, this is now stronger. Okay, what else do we have here? We have two options. We can go for a shop, and with 235 or 34 coins, we could theoretically get at least a boon, assuming there is one there. Potentially a little bit more than that. Hold on. Does that have anything in it? They look all shiny. Otherwise, this is a mini-boss for an Apollo boon. We've not seen any mini-bosses on this floor, and I would think the mini-bosses are different from one floor to the next. This could be a really difficult encounter. So this is the safe option, this is the dangerous option. I mean, we'll go for it.
Little by little.
It could be the end, depending on just how tough this is.
You ought to have stayed below.
Depending on how complicated this is. Oh, okay, nope, can't stand there. Ooh, new music as well, that's cool. Don't know if these guys will respawn. Kinda hoping they don't. I don't know what I'm really supposed to focus on. Am I supposed to get rid of these little guys first and then focus on you? Or are they just a distraction from the, whoa, main enemy? So those break up, to several subcomponents. So that theoretically does extra, armor damage. Wow, that annihilated us. Okay, so, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the end of us. But, cool enemy, very different enemy, that fractures numerous times. I don't really understand the attacking windows all that well. Just know that sometimes he does that big melee attack and it deals ridiculous damage. That's a fishing spot that is fitting. Ooh, that was close. Whoa, we're dead. As soon as I saw how much damage we were taking in this encounter, I knew that was gonna happen, but that was the risk we took. We said we'd go for the mini-boss, and I'm glad that we did.
Has it been?
Still glad that we did. Oh.
3,
What do we have here?
2, 1.
It is the dead of night within a haunted, barely moonlit thicket at the underworld's edge. There, a young forsaken princess hunts her prey.
Okay, so it's us much younger, and there is a very similar thing that happens early on in Hades 1. So there are a lot of similarities that I'm noticing right now, to the point where it feels like almost everything that we've seen in Hades 2, you can look at it and say, all right, well, there is a Hades 1 equivalent to this. They just updated it. I'm gonna be honest, that might be my main critique of the game right now. If you loved absolutely everything about Hades 1, then that probably sounds like great news to you. On the other hand, if you're looking for a little bit more new stuff, a little more nuanced creativity, you could make the case it feels a little too similar. So, hard to tell this early on, but that is something that is at least crossing my mind.
Ready or not, hence I go.
Okay, so we're playing hide and seek with Hypnos, maybe? Or maybe not?
I bid you farewell for now, Lord Hypnos.
Okay, I was wondering if this might be the way that we get him to wake
Where
up.
could she be?
So we saw him earlier at the crossroads, but he was permanently asleep, seemingly. Oh, we can sprint even here. Interesting. So this will be some additional context, some additional lore, story, whatever you want to call
The
it.
keen-eyed princess finds a set of tracks, suggesting that her foe trod through this dusty ground not very long before.
A little bit.
Shush,
Oh,
Homer.
more
How
background.
can I ever catch her if you're going to describe my every move?
Wait, okay. Yes, funny fourth wall break. On the other hand, along the lines of what I was just saying, doesn't it have a fourth wall break in basically exactly the same spot in Hades 1? I think it does.
I've no idea to whom you refer, to whom the Princess of the Dead refers, as she continues on her fateful search.
So on one hand, that is really well written, and I would be cracking up right now in laughter. However, this feels a lot like they are just repeating what is more or less exactly the same joke from Hades 1.
Quit teasing join me and help me look.
That concerns me a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. Concerns me a little bit. This is, I should note, the developers, Supergiant Games, have created several games before. Bastion, followed by Transistor, followed by Pyre, followed by Hades 1. This, however, is the first time they've created a sequel to one of their games. So, in the past... That's cool. In the past, all of their games have been very unique, and there's been no... I mean, sure, there have been some similarities with some of the game mechanics, some of the... certainly the art style, the music style, what have you, but there was never really a risk that they were going to just recreate exactly the same type of thing. But since this one is a sequel for the first time, there is, of course, some chance that they will just remake what is functionally the same game. So I'm growing increasingly concerned that that could be the case. And again, maybe that's not a terrible thing if you really like Hades 1, and Hades 1 was a really good game. So there is something to be said for not changing something if it is really good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You'll find her yet.
On the other hand, yeah, there's a balance to strike there.
Odysseus, have you seen Hecate about?
I figured it was Hecate we were looking for.
Not in a little while, little goddess. Though I'd expect that pointy hat of hers to give her away.
Like I was saying before, Odysseus feels in many ways like this is just the new Achilles.
I'll look for it. Thank you.
Oh, she's got to be around here somewhere, little goddess.
The mortal hero, famous mortal hero that many people have probably heard about before, who is giving us some additional advice, filling a mentor role of sorts. At least, in addition to what Hecate is doing for us. Leno, I'll be honest, she pronounced the main character's name a little bit differently than I've been pronouncing it, so my apologies if I've been saying it wrong this entire time.
Got you, Hecate. You're dead.
I'm familiar with Hecate, though. I know I've been saying that correctly.
Got me, you did, Millennium.
Millennium.
Dare say I can escape your clutches yet.
Hey!
Oh. Okay, so she teleported.
Can't hide from me.
Little thing that I noticed as well. The little icon that appeared in place of where she was is the same icon that is very heavily associated with Hades himself. So that's an interesting little, I don't know if you want to call it an Easter egg, but maybe it's probably not a coincidence. There she is.
Perceptive.
Also, I mean, obviously we're a little kid in this case, but Hecate was nowhere near this playful and casual when we saw her in the real world, if you want to call it that.
There you are.
The present
Got you
day.
again.
So persistent. Give up already, witch. For I'm a titaness. You cannot vanquish me.
Hecate is technically a titaness? Interesting. Okay. I had heard of her before, but she's definitely not one of the more famous characters of Greek mythology. Also, I noticed that I think and now I no longer remember how Hecate was saying the main character's name, so I'm going to continue to say Melinoe. But I noticed that Melinoe's title or subtitle was not the same as it was previously. She's no longer the princess of the underworld or whatever it was.
I can and shall.
Just curious if we can go into any of these corners or if there's anything else that's hidden where perhaps they did not expect the players to look. We talk with other characters again? No. Okay. We'll find her. Presumably she's over here in this corner now.
Hi, Shades. Is Hecate about? Huh. Not seen her, huh?
I did also like how not only was Hecate more playful, the voice acting was totally different and really sold that. And it just speaks to the range that the voice actress has. Very good. Oh, there she is.
I
Chthonic
got
nymph.
you. Hecate? What's the matter?
it's merely that I've not heard your laughter before.
Oh?
Reminded me of your mother. A much preferable sound to that of grief.
Oh, okay.
I promise not to cry again. I still get sad sometimes, but not as much.
So, it seems like we've basically been, even at this stage in our life, separated from the entirety of our family, and I'm guessing that has, understandably, made us very sad, hence why we've been crying a lot, and Hecate has not heard us laughing until this point. So although we're young, we're not like we're a baby. Would have expected us to have laughed at some point.
Do not make promises you cannot keep. When tears well up, let them spill forth. They're not so precious that they need be contained.
Okay.
But you never cry, Hecate. And I wish to become strong like you. So that I might find Kronos and destroy him for what he's done. And then you could hear my mother's laugh again.
So yeah, Kronos has attacked, captured, done something to our family. That checks out with what we've heard before. Though interesting that even at this young age, it is very clear what we are trying to do.
And I shall do everything in my power to prepare you, so that you may succeed where I failed.
Okay, so Hecate tried,
Not for
but
your
failed.
family's sake, then for your birthright. As the princess of the underworld.
Okay. So has Kronos not only attacked Olympus, but also the underworld, and that's how he captured Hades, Zagreus, Persephone, everybody?
What do you mean you failed? You tried to beat Kronos yourself? He hurt you?
That's what it sounds like.
Concern yourself with your own pain, not mine. Destroying Kronos shall not change the past, and the pain shall linger, though assert itself less frequently with age. But enough of this. On the morrow, we shall teach you to hunt greater prey.
Yeah, so, at a very young age, Hecate was teaching us to be a cold-blooded killer, it seems, which is a little alarming, but I suppose maybe this is just normal when you are a Greek goddess surrounded by other gods and goddesses and titans and titanesses, and your family has been captured by the Titan of Time.
Truly? Death to Kronos.
Okay, so we're back now. Confide.
All my life I've prepared, and I'm nowhere near ready, am I?
Can we confide again?
You stay right there, okay?
All right. It's our best buddy over there, in addition to
Fear me.
you, who, she wants us to think we're supposed to be scared, or at least wants other people to think that, we're scared.
May moonlight guide you.
And the sun bleach your bones.
Ever think maybe we're just not cut out for this, Mel? Me with the haunting, you with the... What are you trying to do again?
Thanks, Dora.
Find the Titan of Time. Punish him for his crimes against my family. Restore the rightful ruler of the underworld. Hey, you're cut out for haunting, Dora.
Oh, thanks. Just like I'm sure you're cut out for all that other stuff.
Yeah, just your other side of your character when you first greet us. This part, not exactly so intimidating. Okay. Oh, Brood. We might have seen this.
This
Well,
memory of all you lost. It stokes your want for vengeance even now.
we've certainly seen this image before, but I suppose it gives us a little more context as to how Melno is feeling. Okay, so we're back at the crossroads.
Afraid not.
I suppose this is another direction that we can't yet go in, although this may be a bonus room of the crossroads of sorts. We did see that in the underworld in Hades 1, whereas further in this direction we saw there are multiple directions you can go in for actual gameplay-related things. For your full-blown
Where are you,
runs.
Mistress?
No sign of Hecate, although we may be able to concoct
Must
some
be an
stuff.
incantation that can help.
So we did pick up some bones. Okay, right, we saw this last time, but we were not able to afford it yet. Persuading the wretched broker to appear. Let's do it.
I'm ready. By blood and darkness, let my will be done.
Summoning of mercantile
Welcome to the
fortune.
crossroads.
There he is. He looks the same as last time. He's just a big shade.
Hail, broker.
So, okay. What he does is basically, he's a new NPC, and he functions much the same way he does in Hades 1, where you can trade one resource for a different resource. Usually, you know, the exchange rate is not particularly favorable, but if you're just absolutely desperate to get one particular thing for a certain upgrade you really want, then this is a way to make that happen.
Farewell.
Makes some interesting sounds.
After ever-scheming Kronos claimed the House of Hades, shades of the dead residing there, all scattered to the ends of the earth.
Okay. So yeah, the House of Hades, spoiler alert, was, but this is the most minor of spoilers ever. It's the main hub area in Hades 1, and that's why we're not there this time, because Kronos attacked it.
You shades are welcome here and safe.
Which makes sense, because that's presumably where he would attack if he were to try to capture Hades and everyone else.
Word has it Eris has been spotted in the depths along your path. Intelligence you likely could have used before. She made your journey worse for you. Apologies, Goddess.
Yeah, she does seem rather annoying.
She's trying to stop me, or at least slow me down, and she knows too much about our intentions. What do we do? Children of Nyx are supposed to be on our side.
Okay. Child of Nyx.
She doesn't know the half of what we've planned. Besides, her boredom drives her more than anything. Run into her a few more times, she'll soon grow sick of it and go away.
Oh, okay. I hope so. Oh, that's a good point. We were taking the extra damage once we got to that second floor because of that curse she gave us, and it was theoretically getting stronger as time went on. I don't know just how big the debuff was by the time we got to that mini-boss that ultimately killed us.
So deems the great tactician.
Aye, Goddess.
Okay.
Salutations.
Nervous greeting in return. Oh, what? I did not see you before.
Hi, gang. Headmistress must have some important tasks for you.
That looks like an Egyptian dog, more so than a Greek dog. Oh, that's not just a dog. What is that, a weasel? Something like that? Interesting.
What? They're not going to help you, you know. The Fates, I mean. They don't take pity on whoever asks. If anything, you'll make things even worse.
Okay. Thanks for the optimism.
Maybe you just don't give your sisters enough credit. If they once aided my brother, then there has to be a chance they'll aid us. They have a stake in this too.
Our brother, Zagreus, being the main character of the previous Hades game.
What, you mean their family? They couldn't care less. Too busy messing with everybody's lives, making it look like an accident.
And interesting to hear that Nemesis is the sister of the Fates.
You mustn't speak of them that way.
Yeah, no, you don't want to make the Fates mad at you. That's not a good idea. Okay. We basically checked everything over... Oh, hold on. Hypnos? Still no. I still have not seen Hecate yet.
Just breathe.
And here... How much stuffs do we have? We have 18, so we can't afford this. That only costs 3. Deal plus 20% damage to foes in your casts. Okay. This costs 20, so we can't afford that. I mean, we can get this, and we can get this. So I guess we get the extra damage for foes in our casts. From the Furies. In the deepest reaches of the underworld, 3 are as feared as the god of the dead himself. I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but we now can... Oh, actually, we can even afford the Swift Runner. Your sprint is 20% faster. Okay, I mean, could choose to go that route. Or alternatively, the Huntress. While you have less than 100% magic, your attack and special deal extra damage. I mean, our sprint is already pretty fast. There are some boss fights I can think of where getting just a little bit of a speed boost could be helpful, but I think this is probably more universally useful. So, let's go for this.
The Huntress.
Whoa! Okay. I was wondering, it seemed as though we were unlocking these things pretty quickly, and for a roguelite such as this, usually there's no shortage of upgrades to get. So yes, there are more dimensions. Or at least, there's more options, I should say. It's still two-dimensional lids. Moves have +3, or your charge-up moves have 3% chance to deal critical damage. Interesting. I don't know if we've seen anything critical related yet. Okay, little dude there in the puddle. So, oh, what is this? Were we not able to use the pickaxe before? I mean, we purchased it last time.
How about the pick?
Is that actually our weapon? Or is that just an additional utility tool that we have? Because that's what I thought it was. Also, no sign of Hecate. It was still strange. I was expecting to run into her in some place, just maybe not our usual spot. I guess we'll see what this is all about.
The Crossroads training grounds are watched over by fearless seafarer Skelemius, famed in death, as he was famed in life.
Of course.
We cannot fail with such a genius on our side.
We definitely heard that before. And I remember his response as well. So yeah, no sign of Hecate, oddly enough. Also, we can dash, but we can't hold the sprint in this area, for what it's worth. Would be useful on an occasion such as this, just to speed through. See if we missed where Hecate is, or maybe she's truly not here right now. I mean, we did defeat her in the previous run, so maybe that's why she's not here. On the other hand, I would like to talk some smack. Though apparently, that is not going to be an option. Unless she's hiding behind there, but we checked that, and we cannot go there. So yeah, in that case, I suppose this is probably a good place for us to wrap up, because, of course, we already finished our run, and we made it further than we have ever made it before. So we once again defeated Hecate, as I said, and made it a little ways into the next floor, Oceanus, is it called? And saw our first of the mini-bosses there, which was a cool sight to see. Certainly still many more things for us to encounter, so still looking forward to playing a lot more Hades 2, and we did learn that, unfortunately, we can't yet go in the other direction, but there is still a lot more to learn from going this bottom left-hand route. Let me know what you think of Hades 2. Still curious to hear what you guys are thinking about it, especially if you are trying out the game yourself. No spoilers, please, though. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.